everybody. Welcome back for another elementary lesson. We have a new theme this month, and it is called blueprints. Do you know what blueprints are for? Blueprints are a plan that help engineers, architects, and drafters know how a project should go, and that way they can build like a whole building or cars or boats. And so plans are everywhere. And you even see plans at school or in your Lego sets or even in your video games. And all month long, we are going to be talking about plans and the most important plans, God's plans, and that God's plans are perfect and that you are included in God's plans. It's going to be a pretty awesome month. And so I thought, what do we want to start our lesson off with this week? But a fun game. So we're going to kick this time off together with a game of blueprints. So you're going to see a blueprint of something, and then you have to guess what it's going to build and see if you can get them right. So good luck and get your brains working. Okay, so some of those blueprints were pretty complicated and they can really be hard to follow, but they give you all of the information to build something amazing. And so in our lesson today, we are going to discover about how God's plans and instructions are just like blueprints and can help us in our lives. Let's check it out.
Hi there, little chicken nuggets. It's me, Carl.
And I'm Andy, and welcome to Grow TV.
Hi, welcome.
Welcome to Grow TV, hosted by Carl, where we have fun with our friends, talk about Jesus, and go over everything the Bible has to offer. Now once again, welcome to Grow TV.
So Carl, guess what I did today?
You became a licensed therapist.
Nope.
You became the #1 artist on country music charts.
Nope.
Did you... Wait, no.
What?
There's no way! You couldn't have.
What?
Did you undergo surgery to replace your human heart with a tortoise heart so you could live twice as long?
Yes I did.
What? Are you serious?
No. I did something almost just as cool. I got us a plan.
What? Like a fern?
No, not a plant, a plan. And it's plans to build something extremely cool. The biggest paper airplane to ever exist.
What? You know the thing I love more than airplanes is paper. This is great. So what do we have to do?
Well, like I said, I have the plans right here. So all we have to do is follow the plans perfectly, and then voila, we have the perfect paper airplane.
Seriously? That's it? Let's look at the plans. All right.
Here it is, right? It's just right in here, right in here. Here we go. Anywhere.
That's a lot of plans.
Yeah. Right there. It's not that big, right?
Wow. Is that all?
Yep,
All right, well, it kind of looks a little confusing, but I guess we can give it a shot.
let's do it. Yeah!
All right, I'm gonna say it. This is kind of weird paper airplane.
Now I don't think this is what it's supposed to look like.
I know that, Andy.
Maybe we should try it again.
There's no point. This plane is junk. Why can't my life be more like Jesus?
What do you mean by that?
Well, Jesus never had planes fall through like this.
Well, that's not true. Do you remember the story about Jesus getting angry in the temple?
It sounds familiar. What happened?
Well, Jesus was going to Jerusalem to go to the temple, and he found out people weren't sticking to the plan.
Wait, whose plan?
God's.
Oh, what were they doing?
Oh, where they were exchanging money and they were selling animals.
Well, was that bad?
Well, not technically, but they were doing it in the temple, which means they should have been celebrating the Passover instead.
All right, hold on. You lost me. Passover?
It was a time where all the Jewish people would come together in the temple and they would celebrate the time and remember the time that God delivered all the Israelites out of Egypt.
Oh, got it. So them selling and exchanging things on the Passover wasn't part of the plan, or God's plan.
Exactly, and when Jesus got really upset, he started to turn over the tables and tell everyone to leave. But some of the people were wondering why Jesus even thought he had the authority to tell them to leave.
Oh, good. Question the Son of God. That's a good move.
So Jesus told him that he would destroy the temple and then rebuild it 3 days later. A lot of people got confused when he said that.
I can imagine. I know he's like Jesus and everything, but building that temple in that short time? I mean, that'll at least take, 7 to 10 business days?
Well, it actually took them 46 years to build the temple, but that's not the point Jesus was trying to make. Jesus was trying to tell them that he was the plan going forward, that their old plans weren't what they should be trusting in.
Well, what old plans?
The ones where they try to fix all of the brokenness on their own. When Jesus said he was going to rebuild the temple in 3 days, he was talking about himself. He said he had the power to bring himself back to life after 3 days, and his life would bring everyone else life.
Wow, so Jesus was talking about his life would be exchanged for ours the whole time.
Yes, and to put it simply, Jesus was hinting at God's big plan.
Wait, so Jesus dying for our sins was God's plan?
Sure was. It was the only way we could receive forgiveness and repair our relationship with God.
Holy moly, that's wild. So I guess God's plan did work out the way it was supposed to, unlike our paper airplane.
Exactly, and that's why I wanted to tell you this story. God's plan never fails.
Like Jesus, right?
What?
Like God's plan never failed for Jesus, but for others it might fail sometimes, right?
No, God has a specific and unique plan for each and every person out there, and it's better than any plan we could ever make for ourselves.
So God's plan is nothing like the paper airplane plan.
Nothing. God's plan is perfect.
Wow! Speaking of perfect, that's our big idea!
What?
Today's big idea is God's plans are perfect.
So let's say it out loud on the count of 3. 1,
2,
3.
God's plans are perfect! Yeah, they sure are. God has a perfect plan. It is perfecto. That is Spanish for perfect.
Yep.
Bilingual.
Yay.
See.
So I'm really sorry I got your hopes up about the airplane plans. I really thought it would be, cool. It just was confusing.
No worries. I couldn't understand it either.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
What?
Oh no.
What?
It was upside down the whole time!
Oh.
We are foolish.
Okay. Well.
You led me astray.
See you next week, kids. I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's fine,
I
it's
didn't
fine.
know.
Thank you for watching, and tune in next week for a new episode of Road TV.
Okay, so this week's big idea is God's plans are perfect. We heard Carl tell us a story from the Bible about when Jesus came to Jerusalem to celebrate Passover in the temple like everyone else. But once he got there, Jesus saw things going on at the temple that were not part of God's plan. People weren't using the temple as a place to worship and honor God, but instead were using it as a marketplace to sell and make money. Jesus put an end to that and spoke up. In fact, Jesus did a little bit more than that. He went over and flipped over tables and made a pretty big statement about how displeasing this was. Jesus went on to tell the people about God's bigger plan to save everyone from sin by Jesus's death on the cross. Okay, for our example, I have some blueprints here for you to look at. Can you make any guesses about what this would be a plan to build? Just kind of a hint in the bottom. Kind of see Mickey ears. So here is the blueprints for Cinderella's castle at Disney World. Do you think you could take these blueprints and build the castle yourself? I know I can't. These look pretty specific. But when the builders and the architects take these plans, they build the Cinderella castle that we know and have seen and visited when we go to Disney. And so these pictures show the same things. It takes very special instructions to get from one to the other. In our lives, sometimes the blueprints are confusing. And that's why we rely on God to give us the instructions we need, because God's plans are perfect. Sometimes we go through tough or confusing times, but even in those times, God has plans to help us. The Bible is God's written plan for us. You can trust it to help you through anything in your life right now. The Bible is full of God's true words and full of God's plans for us. You can trust it to help you through anything in your life. And so what is one way the Bible can help you this week? I want you to pause the video and take some time to talk about that as a family, and then come on back. Okay, thanks for coming back. I hope you guys had some great discussion, and that takes us to the end of our lesson this week. Thank you for coming and learning about how God's plans are perfect. Have a great week, and I can't wait to see you again next week. Bye.